What a wonderful opportunity. I have spoken, the police were present, and there's no need to repeat many of what I've said. What I've said is there's a new Afrikaner, there's a new Boer. My family has been in this country since 1662, came in from Germany and married Pieternella, Kretua's daughter. That is my father's mother and ancestors. And most Boers here are Khoi or San or a combination of African people. That is one of the things that our families and the Boers do not want to accept. Minister, there's one message from a new form of Boer, a new form of Afrikaner. We cannot fight the police. We have to work together, hand in hand. And we have to understand how difficult your task is. And I want you to understand that a lot of Afrikaans and Boer people do not want to shout at you. We want to be your brother. One of the things that made me really hard sore was Ian Cameron's approach to you that day. A lot of Afrikaans people understand respect. We have children at the moment like Ian Cameron and a few others that have not been taught respect. Hulle het nie pak slaag gekry toe hulle klein was nie. There's an older generation of people that respect a minister, and I respect you, sir. And I want to say, instead of divide, and I've had the same discussion with Dali and Mpofu, I had the same discussion with President Zuma, I've had the same discussion with Carl Niels, I've had the same discussion with 410 Afrikaans people. There's a new Boer that open up their mind. We cannot afford war. The whole world is at war. A lot of our people are spiritually principled people, and we respect the law. Yes, we respect the law, but there's too many poor people, and that is not your problem. That is a lot of the problem of the past. That is a lot of what happened pre-1994 that cannot be laid at the door of the police. But there's a new nation rising up, and that nation does respect identity. We do respect a Zulu person, a Xhosa, and Ndebele, Pedi. And the same kind of respect, I think, the Boer should also get. We have, as we have in all nations, about 5% of people that do not want to work together. And normally you would find them on the extreme right and the extreme left. But unfortunately, those people are also necessary to bring a balance. So it is time that the Boer will go and sit down with Julius Malema, like I've done at Salute at Nelson Mandela Square at 2 o'clock. It helps when he's got a few whiskeys, so buy a whiskey if the man drinks a whiskey. That's also respect. Buy a magau if it's necessary to have respect. And we sat down and he said to me in 2006, Louis, at 2 o'clock in the morning in mooi Afrikaans, hy praat mooi Afrikaans, he said to me, listen, you can build your walls as high as you want to, and you can also get security as much as you want to, but we will come for you unless you are prepared to share. Minister, the Boere in this country have not shared enough, and we are very much aware of that. One of the things we see at the moment is a lot of farms are being handed over to up-and-coming farmers, and it is not successful. It is our fault. We want to take mutual responsibility for that. And instead, and I've seen it many times, I can just illustrate if you don't mind. If I do this, Minister, I will not attack you. If I do this, you automatically start resisting without me even speaking a word. And the Afrikaners and Boers are guilty of that. And what we would like to do is we need to visit a blood river. We need to revisit our history. And I've spoken to King Zulu, Sisi. He's currently not well, as you know, from time to time, and he's also fighting battles in court in November because of infighting again. The same as it is happening. Even my brothers are fighting me because I say we are Khoi and San. I say we have a mutual responsibility to build this country together. I would like to say from business side, because that's the important thing. Business must lift up ordinary people, like I've spoken to that person on the street just now. We must lift up those people. 54% of our people are living below the breadline. You cannot control a police with 300,000 people or however many you are. Whilst there's 60 million people and 65 million and many illegal immigrants and they don't have work. In Namakwaland, where I'm taking over Rupert's farm, you must help me to take over the mafia of Stellenbosch Farms Minister as much as possible and their mines so that we can feed the people. On the 1st of November, we're putting 300 people on the bedrock of the Beers to show the world the rule of the Beers for 150 years is over. The people are taking over. I need to assure you, there's a lot of Afrikaners. I can now speak a lot of things. I can mention a lot of things that you do wrong. But once I do that, there's 3 fingers pointing at the Buddha, and we're going to be in trouble with history. We don't want to be in trouble with history. I want to assure you there's a new nation. There's also under the Afrikaners and the farmers, and as black farmers and brown farmers and Indian farmers come in, we will work together. The fact that AfriForum is not here is because they will be bankrupted in 5 years because they only operate on debit orders. And they fight stupid cases in the courts like kill the boer, kill the farmer, and they don't even understand why they say that. I am prepared. A lot of Afrikaners, I'm not saying that they all agree with me, but a lot of Afrikaners are waking up to the fact that we are in Africa and we do as the Africans do. We've got a lot of Afrikaans people with good brains, good leaders. That's not part of the 1% that is shouting with you, Amandla, Awetu, power to the people. I'm one of them. We are friends of the police. We are not here to confront you with the spirit of anything else. We confront you with the humble spirit of Jesus Christ that is ruling over all of us. And even the Muslim, and even other people, we have respect. It is time that we get back respect and get our youth back to respect the elders. The 20-year-olds are shouting too much on Mixit, and they are confusing everything in this country. We, the people, have seen war. We have seen people carrying guts in their hands. You see it every day, sir. We need love. We need love of God. I want to extend from me, the boereverneker, as they call me, generally speaking, I want to extend our support, our love, and our understanding to the police. Let's work together and make South Africa great. Thank you, sir.